Hey everybody! Alright, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to add yet another backup camera. This will be the second one. I'd had one on our Imagine. We're going to put one on our Alliance Avenue, and this one's a little bit more unique than the other one. And technology, I'm hoping, has come a long ways, because the first time I tried to do this, when you're driving down the road, the camera is absolutely useless. It glitches in and out. It's got lag. It didn't even really work. It did work when you were trying to back into a spot, but it wasn't really what I wanted. This one actually comes with two cameras, and they're magnetic, so that's cool. And so I'm gonna unbox this, and then we're going to see how I can hook it up to the rig. All right. And you're probably wondering right away already, what are you talking about? Magnetic. How are you going to put magnets on an RV? It's all fiberglass. So what they do is they give you these little plates that come with it, and you mount the plates, and then you put the camera on those. So yeah, pretty cool. Comes with a nice little case for them, and it's all nicely padded. Wow, that's very nice. Here is the actual monitor itself. So yeah, is that. So that's pretty neat. And it actually mounts like this. You've got your two antennas that go up here, and it's actually, it'll have a split screen so that you can see one camera on one side, one on the other. What my plan is I'm going to actually mount these to the rear glass of the truck down lower. I already have a camera system, so that when we're driving down the road, if something happens, it actually sees out the back and the front. So I already have a system like that. What I want this one for is I want it to point towards, when I'm hooking up the fifth wheel, line it up properly. Okay, you get the picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some, hopefully like a double-sided tape. Really strong 3M double-sided tape. It may not stick to this now that I'm looking at it. So what I may have to do is, it comes with plates, and it comes with a couple of different kind of plates actually. It comes with, I don't know what you'd use these for. Maybe you mount these like you would on like your normal, in the back of your RV. There's a lot of times there's cameras already there, and I think maybe these holes here line up with those two holes. So that's what I'm thinking, and then you can just mount the camera on that. It's magnetic, and it's on there pretty strong. And once you mount it, then you can put a safety screw in there to keep people from walking off with it. That may be how I mount it on the back of the RV, with two screws like that. I don't even know if there's two holes back there. I think there's a plug, but no holes, but that's no big deal. I'll just put a couple screws in there, mount that, and then have this camera. Now this camera does go in and out like that, up and down, so you can adjust it. And then you also, with this camera, you can, what I recommend is to charge it ahead of time. And it's also solar, so you get the benefit of having solar recharging. And then if I can find it right here, you charge this for your first time. Right there, it's a USB-C. Charge that up. Once it's all charged up, then you're going to power it on. Have that powered on, and it should see it right away. So that's how that works. And I've been told, or I've read, that it really does you know, keep it charged for a long time because of the solar and because it's recharging it all the time. All right, so you get your 2 cameras, and they also give you these flat plates. Now this is what I plan on mounting to the rear glass, down lower on the rear glass of the truck. I'm going to put some 2-sided tape on here. It should stick pretty good to this. And clean up the glass, clean up this really well with some alcohol. Stick the 2-sided tape on there, and then stick this to the glass, and then I'll be able to stick the camera onto that. That should work, I hope. If it doesn't, I'll have to figure something else out. You also, I'm seeing that, okay, so this is your plug for your camera that goes into, I'm assuming it goes into this. So this plugs into this, like that, and then you actually plug this into your cigarette lighter. And you still have a USB that you can still use. This has a on and off switch right there. So yeah, you can shut your cameras off. Actually, from what I understand, when the monitor is off, the cameras go off, and you can set it up differently if you want the cameras to stay on or whatever like that. So there's different settings in there that you can do that. Your buttons for everything is right here. So I haven't quite figured out how you use all the buttons yet, but we'll figure all that out. All right, and anything else in here? A couple of USB cords. Like I need more of those, but they give them to you anyway. And then of course your antennas and some screws and an Allen screw here to tighten the security screw. I think those are for the security screws to keep it, you know, if you want to lock your camera on here, you can put these little security screws like someone's not going to be able to find an Allen wrench to steal your camera. I guess they could, but let's hopefully no one does. But there are those people out there that will do that. All right, so that's that. Like I said, it's a nice case. And, oh, forgot about this. This is actually for your dash mount. You can put it on your dash somewhere, and it's flexible, so, you know, because not everybody's dash is completely flat and anything like that. So I'm going to try to find a spot on the dash somewhere where I can mount this. If not, they do make a similar thing. Let's see what this does. Okay, so this goes like this. So they make something that has this kind of a hookup right here that has a suction cup to your window on it. So I'll link that probably in the video too as well. I'll link where I got, you know, the camera, so you can go in. Just make sure you're linked. You're on Amazon first. Once you're logged into Amazon, then click on the link, and this will take you right to the camera setup. Now this was not easy to find on Amazon. Originally I found the monitor and one camera, and I just happened to stumble upon a setup where they had 2 cameras. I mean, people were complaining about it in some of the comments. It's like, where do you get the second camera, you know? But this one actually has 2 cameras with it, so it's kind of a nice setup. And it was, you know, it was around 199 bucks, whereas I think the monitor with 1 camera was like 169 or something like that. So for a little bit more money. Originally, I did find a second camera, but it was like $99 on its own. So this package is nice. If you click on my link and go there below the video, you'll be able to get that. All right, so I got to thinking, hey, let's test this thing before we take it outside and put it on the truck, make sure everything works good. And I figured I would do that with you guys. All right, so I have a jackery that I can put the 12 volt in for the monitor, and we'll do that right now. It looks like this plug, you have to put it in a certain way. There's a little tab, little teeny tab there, and a little place where you actually line those up. Line these 2 up, and then you put them together. Okay, so you do have to line those up, and it clicks together. That's kind of nice. All right, I'm gonna put this in here, and it's lining up. I'm gonna take this cover off here. All right, we now have power to that. We got to turn these on. That's why we're going to learn together here. Just hit it once, maybe? Oh, there it is. Okay, just hit it. You hit it real quick. You don't long hold it. All right, there's one of them right there. All right, it's got the plastic on it, so you got to take that off. There we go. That was... All right, look at that. So, if I look over here, there's the kitchen with the microwave. That's that. So yeah, that camera looks like it's pretty good. I don't even have the antenna on it. I gotta put that on it too. So, let's do that. Let's see here. Okay, so we got, all right, these are the camera ones, and I guess this is the monitor ones right here, the little short ones for the monitors. And these are for the cameras. Once they're tight, you can turn them any way you want, and I recommend just straightening that out and then screwing it in. It's a lot easier. Okay, tighten that up, and then you can turn that any way you want. All right, so there's, you put the other one on too. Just quick click, and that came right on. Look at that. All right, so we now have both cameras working. Let's face them. Let's face them over here. Over here. One at me. Okay, we have two going. All right, and then in the back we have a monitor. Let's see here. What happens when you do this? Oh, it changes. Okay, display, sleep, settings, record. There's a pair thing, and it doesn't even look like you have to pair them. Let's try the brightness. Wow, you can really brighten up the camera. I mean, the monitor a lot. Go back. Cam 1 and Cam 2. Grid lines. Oops. Okay, I'm in the middle. Playback. Grid lines. On or off. I want them off. I don't really need those right at the moment. I might want them. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know what I just did. Okay, so that's for camera 1, camera 2. Oh, this is a split screen. And again, the other camera. All right, fair enough. Settings. This is what's in settings. Date and time, contrast, reset, and then support. It's recording now, it says up there, and it shows you the battery, shows you the memory card. So what if I do if I just hit the lower or the upper button? If I just hit the upper button, what's that do? That does nothing. If I hit the lower button, it switches cameras. And that would be channel 2. Yeah, I'll leave the grid lines on there. Kind of worked out. And I'll put these, channel 1 will be the one looking into the bed of the truck. But yeah, pretty good so far. I think it's going to be fine. Hopefully, the problem with these cameras is a lot of times when you put them on the back of your RV, and you're driving down the road, that's when the lag comes. It doesn't come when you're just trying to back it in. It would be nice to have something where you're driving down the road and you can look back there and see what's behind you. Because sometimes people get really close, you can't even tell there's someone there, barely. So it would be nice to have that option to be able to do. So we will, we'll see if that works. I'll put them on, and then we are actually headed to Indiana, back to the mothership, aka the Factory Alliance, and we're going to have some stuff done at the factory, and we're going to do a video on that, and we'll show what that's all about. And then by that time we'll know if this is going to work, because that's going to be on our trip up there. So that's one of the main reasons why we wanted to do this, is to have this ready for us to go on that trip. And yeah, all right. All right, so what I did do is, while I go outside and get things set up on the truck and the RV, I did use the provided cables, and I got them charging here. So all right, so I just came up with this really good idea. Now, one of the cameras I plan on sticking to the back glass on the truck, and I was originally going to take some two-sided tape and put it on one of the brackets that I showed. I have in the past used this stainless steel strip, this adhesive strip, and what I did it on, let me show you here. I actually built this kind of a little gate, kind of a crate thing, to go across, so that when Molly jumps up here, she's not going to jump and do anything to the computer. And how I attached it was with magnets. And there's a bunch of magnets on the bottom here, and they attach to this metal strip. Basically, the metal strip looks like this, and I had some left over. I actually have this one piece that's right here. Okay, so that'll go perfect. I'm going to put that on the glass. What I'll do is I will just file this edge, this round, this edge here. I'm just going to file this round, so that when I'm actually cleaning the glass, I won't catch rags on it, and it'll do fine. So yeah, so that's what I'll do. And I've realized that the magnet is really only like between here and here. It's not even out to the edge. So this piece will actually work perfect. I'll stick it right on there, and it sticks pretty strong, and it's stainless, so it's not going to rust. So, and what I'll do is I'll put a link to the strip of stainless steel adhesive stuff in the description below too, so that you can pick some of that up if you want to do this. Let me get out to the truck, and I'll put that little piece of stainless steel sticky bar on the glass, and then we'll stick that up there, and then I'll go to the back of the RV and see what kind of deal we got going back there. All right. Okay, so I've already determined how high I want the camera to go. That's as high as I want it to go. It actually worked out kind of nice as a defroster grid line here. I just ran the tape across there. That's about as high as I want it, and I'm hoping at that point it'll be able to reach, it'll be able to actually shoot onto the ball and help me line up by there. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is grab a camera and look at the monitor. So you're probably wondering by now, what's this guy doing? Okay, I can't put this camera on my F350. It's aluminum. Can't do it. So I wanted something back here so that I could shoot a camera at my hitch. And so that's what we're trying to do here. Let's see if that works. About center. Is that going to work at that height? That's going to work excellent, actually. Yeah, I can see that ball really well. I'll be able to line that right up with there. Okay, that looks good. I'll mark the center of this and the center of that plate, and yeah, we'll get it mounted. All right, so we got center. There we go. Got 62 3/4, so that's 31 3/8 for the center. So roughly right there is the center. A little bit more this way. All right. 31 3/8 and 31 3/8 is 62 3/4. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll mark the center of that little piece of metal. Mark the center of this. 3 3/8. So 1 1/2 and then 3 more 16ths. It's close enough. That's the center. What I also wanted to do here was find the cap to my pen. Now, what I also wanted to do here was, like I said before, is I want to round these edges off a little bit. So I'm taking a file. I basically just cut this with a pair of tin snips, and so it was a little sharp. I want to be able to, when I clean the glass on the outside of my rig or wash it, I don't get anything caught on it. Just getting that sharpness of that corner off. There we go. Yeah, it's nice and dull now. Okay. What we'll do is we'll stick that up there, and then we'll stick the camera up there and see how good she sticks. Okay, so I'll take a little alcohol and I'll clean that spot right below where the stick is gonna be. Now it'll dry up on its own. You don't even have to wipe it. And I'll line up that mark right here. It's very sticky. Oh man, it's gonna really stick. It's not going anywhere. What I'm probably gonna do, I'm probably not gonna leave this on all the time. I may just have it so I can just take it out, stick it on when I want to line up my hitch. I may decide I don't want it at all and put the camera somewhere else. But for now, this is where it's going. Okay. Kind of be like that. All right. Let's try this out again. Let's put this in my jackery. It'll automatically, every time the power goes off, the cameras go off too, which is really nice. All right, that looks really good. I can see that so well, and from inside the truck, it's going to be great. So, yeah. All right. So far, so good. All right, so now we're going to go to the back of the RV. I'm going to stick some double-sided tape on the back of a bracket just so I can get it to hold up there, and then I'm going to put a couple screws in it to hold it in. I'm going to put it right over the hole that actually is there for a wired camera. Yeah, probably going to have to put a little bit of sealer around that hole so nothing leaks in there. Yeah, okay. All right, so I put some two-sided tape on here. 3M is the only way to go with two-sided tape. Make sure you use the 3M tape. It's super sticky. And then just get it started before you get up on the ladder so you don't have to be messing around with these tabs. All right. And one thing I wanted to mention too on the two-sided tape, to keep this stuff preserved, I wrap it with parchment paper. If you don't know what that is, ask the person that cooks in the family. You may be that person, but you may not. And if you don't know what parchment paper is, just ask me. All right, so I've had to continue to get a little bit creative here. I'm going to use some butyl tape to fill the hole that this cap came out of. Now they have the wires pre-wired for a camera in the back of these rigs. That's the size of the hole. It's huge. So I got to fill that hole, but I don't want to fill around the edge of the hole because I don't want to keep my tape from pressing on. So I'm going to actually just fill the hole with butyl tape. I got so much butyl tape left over from the job that we did on the, you can check out our video, the bathroom fan install, or any kind of a vent fan that you want to put in your rig. What a great video. What a great replacement or just install. This fan is just it's fantastic. So I'll put a link. I'll put a link in that description as well for the fan install. But yeah, so I figured if I just take this stuff and I just go around like this, I can fill that hole right up. Might be a little too big. We'll see. Okay, we are gonna fill this hole in. Kind of move it over with your thumb a little bit. All right, that is not gonna go anywhere. And now I can still put my bracket up there. Now I'll put my bracket up there and center it. Hopefully that's level. Pretty centered. Not too bad. We are gonna slap the camera on here. Oh, geez, that fits very tight. Okay. We will go to the front where my truck was parked, actually on the side of the road in front of the rig near the road, and then we'll see if that camera actually comes on. All right, we'll check it out. Okay, so I'm just going to plug my monitor to my power source. Put that power up. All right, got the one camera. It's on the truck. Go to 2. It should turn that camera on, which it did. Okay. All right, I like that. I don't know, let me see if I can turn this up some more. That's as bright as it'll go. We're outside, so it's going to be a little tough to see. But as you can see here, you might be able to see, that's the backup camera in the back of the rig. So that looks pretty good. That'll look good inside the truck. The question is, this is the big question. Will it work going down the road? That's going to be the big question. I don't know yet. I won't know until we actually drive the rig down the road and see if this camera stays. Because right now, I'm about the distance from where it will be inside the cab. Let me take this inside the cab and see what happens. yeah, it's still working. This is about where it's going to be. And I still have camera in the back on. I'm going to mount it right in this area right here. And yeah, that's going to be great. I'll get some alcohol and wipe that down and stick that right on there. And yeah, we'll hope for the best. And yeah, what happens is when you shut your truck off, the 12 volt goes off, so you can just leave it in there and it should go off, and your cameras will go off at the same time, which is great. So, oh, I just lost what happened. What are we doing here? Oh, you got unplugged. The cigarette lighter got unplugged. It's now turning on the backup. Yep, it's turning on the camera in the back. It did it. All right. That is pretty slick. And I like the picture. It's really clear. It's not bad at all. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not just leaving that stuck back there. I'm going to just put a couple screws in that one in the back, because I definitely don't want that one falling off. And I'll probably, I don't know. Yeah. I'll just put the couple screws in there and leave it magnetized up there. It's not going to fall off, but I've been told that they stick pretty good. You can tell it does. It sticks really well. So yeah, we'll finish that up, and I'll let you know further whether or not this thing actually works driving down the road. All right, I'm just going to take some little alcohol here, clean the dash. Alcohol won't hurt anything. It won't hurt your dash or nothing. It's not that. It just gets off any grease that might be on there, anything, fingerprints or whatever. I'm just going to let that evaporate. Yep. There it goes. All right. We'll center this right there. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's going to really stick good. That right in the center. All right. This is a Ford F-350, so this is where I've decided to put it. I don't know if it'll stay there. You know, the heat will heat it up and make it fall off. I don't know. We'll see, though. It's possible. All right, that's actually really nice. And it's adjustable. You got a little adjustment in the back. You can tilt it, turn it, whatever you want to do. So, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I don't know if you can turn it this way. I don't know if you can turn it like that. I guess you can a little bit. I think. You don't have to, though, because you can actually loosen it up. Okay. Yeah, I got it so tight. You can actually turn it like that. I can actually turn it and have it like that. So that'll be perfect. Yeah. Excellent. Well, at least we know it's going to work for backing up. We don't know exactly where it's going to work going down the road. That's the only thing. But we do know it'll work backing up, because I'm almost identical to where I'm going to be when I'm hooked up. Probably even I'm a little further away, I think. So yeah, we'll go from there. All right. All right. So I don't know if you can see this, but we're doing 64 miles an hour, 63, and the camera is working perfectly. Cars going by. I mean, it's a little teeny bit glitchy, but that's it. Other than that, it is fantastic. Way better than anything I've ever used before. So yeah, 64, and it's perfect. All right, excited about this. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. I just wanted to mention that overall this camera performed very well on our trip up here to Indiana to the mothership, and I would definitely recommend this camera. One of the cameras did, however, lag a little bit more than the other one. So AUTOVOX, I should say, is very good. I extended the warranty to 18 months when I did that. Of course, they had my email. She emailed me back. She said, is there anything I can do? I said, well, one camera lags a little bit more than the other. They said, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to send you extended antenna for that camera. And so that's going to take 3 to 4 weeks to get here. But very impressed with the company, very impressed with the cameras. Very easy. I will leave a link, Amazon link, in the description below. It won't cost you any more money. All it does is just help us out a little bit, keep this channel running. And we'll leave a link too also for the stainless steel strips. Again, thanks for watching. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Also, leave a thumbs up, and please leave a comment below just to say hello, and or if you have any comments or suggestions of something that I could have done differently. Other than that, have a great day, and we'll see you on the road.
Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate.